What's up, guys? I'm Shelly, and I'm proud to welcome you to the Bunny Poo podcast. Bunny Poo because it's literally rabbit shit, and by literally we mean figuratively. So, Bunny, why did we start this podcast?
We started this podcast because we did not have anything to do during this COVID times. We felt very demotivated, got up every day in the morning, had nothing to do after breakfast. So we were like, okay, now what? The whole year we spent just look staring at the four corners of the wall. I mean, six walls basically. Oh, that's a cube. My room is a cube. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
All rooms are cubes. You heard it here first, guys. All rooms are cubes. Confirmed. And by the way, we're both engineers, so you can take our word for it.
Yeah, coming
But
to
is it
it. So I
walls?
was we both
It's
were
four
in.
walls. It's still four walls, and it's like one roof and one floor.
Okay, the point being is that we both were in different cubes. Had we been in the same cube, the story would have been a different. Probably we did not have to create this podcast, and it would be something else. But point is, we had to create a podcast to bridge the gap and see what can be done and feel a little motivated. What
Yep.
about you?
The perfect reason to start anything. We were bored. So no, that's why we call, we're kind of self-aware at this point, we understand that our opinions really don't matter. We just like to random, very, I would say more or less like we're pretty cliched, like we both did engineering and now we're doing MBA. It's literally the most boring backstory in the world. And that's why, we call it the rabbit shit podcast because our opinions are literally rabbit shit. And if you're listening to us, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with your life, but
And by the way, my name might be Bunny, but I'm not the rabbit shit here that he's talking about, or we are going
yeah,
to talk about.
them be our thoughts. Nevertheless, discussing aside whether we are in a room or outside, but what is the podcast about? Like, what are we going to do here? What are we going to talk about?
We are going to read article, not even an article. We are going to read the first tagline, which is like the pop-up that comes of the article, and we are going to
Headline.
yeah, the headline of the article. After we read the headline of the article, we're going to discuss it at length, what it is going to mean to us and what we can perceive from the headline, and we are going to see what narrative that we create just reading the headline, and then we'll read the entire news so that
Yep.
we understand the depth of it, and we'll see if the narrative changes or if there's a change in perspective or what happens.
Yeah, the idea was that so when we first started, what we were going to do was we were going to rate the first 151 Pokemon, but then we ended up doing this instead, and we thought this was slightly more relevant. So we give each other news headlines, and we don't really care about reading the whole article. Who does that? Unless you're a psychopath or you've actually done that crime. And then we will see what we think about it. So, should we start off with our first article?
Yes, you go.
So should I give you one? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then check this out. Check this out. So most of these are like from Reddit or in shorts, anything that just pops up, right? I mean, the big problem with our generation is that no one has original thoughts anymore because our information sources are the same, right? It's the same two, three big media companies which are feeding everything to us. No one's reading books, no one's doing anything else. So everyone's knowledge is pretty much saturated. So this is from In Shorts. It kind of popped up today. It says 15-year-old female finds out she's male, undergoes treatment in Pune to remain a woman. What do you think about this?
15-year-old? What?
A 15-year-old female
Yeah.
finds out she's male,
Oh.
undergoes treatment in Pune to remain a woman.
Okay, so this I'm laughing not because I'm against sex change or not. God, I
Because
welcome it.
people are
But
funny. You got it here first, guys. Funny thinks that trans people are funny. If you're trans, your life is a joke.
no, it's funny because uh, a person, probably a male, regardless of a person is male or female, my view is that by 15, everyone starts watching, uh, you know, sexual content or comes across sexual content, and even students discuss the parts and everything. Me being at school, they teach us, hey, this part is called this. So every day I go to pee, so I still don't know what is what.
What? I mean, the way you've interpreted this news is that it's a girl who never found out that she was a guy. Like she never noticed that she had a penis. So, like that's what you were assuming.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No. Obviously, I mean, the news is not about like a 15-year-old kid who never looked up. Why? I mean, obviously, she had some kind of an issue. I mean, oh my God, should I give you more information to give you context for this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just to be clear, when I say she, she's chosen to remain a woman. So of course, okay, I can refer to her as she. We're very left-leaning people, guys. You don't want to offend anyone. We're very PC. So yeah, here's what's up, right? So, a 15-year-old Maharashtra girl approached a Pune doctor to check why she hasn't started with her menstruational cycle. Medical tests revealed that she has a rare condition called androgen insensitivity syndrome, wherein a person is genetically male but has a woman's physical traits. She recently underwent a surgery to remove her testicles, got breast
So I
augmentation.
am right. Then I am right. She didn't know that a girl doesn't have balls, right? So I was right.
No, it's not like that. I mean, so let me try to explain it in the most medically correct terms possible. So basically, the balls are there, but they're like shoved up your ass, so like you can't see them.
Oh.
So
Okay,
the
so
balls are
guys,
like way up there,
we are very sensitive about the news. We are just here
very
to have
sensitive.
fun. And please,
And
anyone
we
who
thought
is,
if you're gonna have fun, why not have fun at the expense of minority people suffering from rare genetic disorder? We're just joking, We're extremely left-leaning people, and we are very politically correct. So, what do you feel about this, though? Now that you know, like she basically had a condition, and she chose to remain a woman. That's
if
what's
she had a
interesting, I think.
condition like that, does it mean that her PP is also shoved up against
Oh my
her?
God, what are you saying? We're adults. We can use better words.
Yeah, but while I record it,
See, the problem is
while I
that you
record it,
already
I'm
sound
gonna.
like, no, it's fine. That's why we don't use our real names. You already sound like a kid, right? And now you say words like PP, people gonna think I'm a PP.
No, no, no. So guys, I am 26. So
She's actually older
clearing
than
the.
me.
Okay. Anyways, coming to that in focus, I think what I can guess is that she had the best of both worlds, and she decided to keep. I mean, not best of both worlds, but yeah, kind of, because she had like the penis, but it looked like a vagina. So, and
I
she
mean,
looked
I
like a
don't know.
female.
Stuff, man. I mean,
Okay, so
if I'm
coming it like from my perspective, a female gets attracted to a female. Like if a female watches porn, she watches lesbian porn and not normal porn. So female gets attracted to female. And if she was a male, right?
Mhm.
If she was a male but a female, she had the best of both worlds with her.
No, like you're saying that she had, if you're assuming that she genuinely had the option to choose her gender.
I'm not assuming she genuinely had the option of choosing her gender or not, but I'm just saying that, think about it. Had she reached puberty, and she, not just puberty, had she reached that age, probably 18, she went to that person, to the doctor, in fact, because she was not getting she did not reach puberty, right? Because she did not get her
Hmm.
menstrual cycle. My point is, had she reached puberty and been 18 or something, okay, by any sense, her entire perspective would change. You remember there was a movie where the girl and the guy, they transfer their bodies. So the guy comes into the girl's body that he likes.
Kimila Nava. Yeah.
And
That's your name. It's
yeah,
an anime film. I love it.
yeah, so coming thinking about that movie, that guy was so happy to have boobs. He was like, touching his own boobs and having fun with them. My point here is, had she reached the puberty or had an orientation, she would have enjoyed herself or more. I mean, I'm talking in very shallow terms, but this show is not about being righteous or speaking right. Although we are very leftist people and we are politically correct, yet it's just for fun and we are bored.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, let's get serious though for a second. Okay, let's actually approach it from like a genuine point of view. So, first of all, I think it's a matter of huge conflict and just absolute identity crisis. So technically, what happened over here? Very serious now. So technically, what happened over here was that she was a man, genetically speaking. Like sexually, she was a man, but since she had always been treated as a woman and she grew up as a female, in those gender roles, she identified as a woman. So because of the rare condition, basically she had the genitals of a man, right? They were just obscured. So it's if you really think about it, it's more of like she turned from a man to a woman, because she already identified as a woman. She, I think, continued to do so because she was more comfortable that way. So she got an augmentation. She got you know a boob job, and she got uh, her male bits removed. That's good for her, man. I mean, like, if
I
that's what she
mean,
wanted and she's comfortable now. But I mean, it has to be
of
absolutely
course,
traumatizing.
of course, you're the one being politically correct, but she already
I
had
just said boob
boobs.
job.
She
No,
already
she didn't
had.
have.
She did.
She
It's
was a man. She was a man. No, no,
okay.
that's
Okay.
what it says. She was a man by every sense of the word, like sexually speaking, genetically. Like physically, she was a man, but she chose her gender to remain as a woman. It's like being a trans woman, which I think is amazing. If you could come out with a story and inspire more people, that would be pretty cool. Anyway, it doesn't say who she is, but if you're listening to this, which you're absolutely not, good for you.
All
Any more
that,
thoughts on
have
this?
fun, have fun. You probably reach puberty. It's a whole different world. Be it a girl or a guy, it's a whole different world. Everything seems different, looks different, feels different. So enjoy and have fun.
That's a lovely point. I mean, it generally doesn't matter. The post-puberty life, it's complete 180 anyway. It's a confusing time for everyone, whether or not you're suffering from a rare genetic disease. Anyway, good for her. So, do you have something for me?
Yeah. So this is kind of funny. I mean,
Okay.
so four men eat 30 kg oranges in 30 minutes to avoid extra baggage fee, and they get ulcers.
Okay, so this happened at an airport, yeah?
Yeah, extra baggage fee sounds like an airport. But my
And
point
I
is that,
think we can assume this happened in India.
okay, so I mean, I'm not sure because I haven't read further news. So every time I think about it,
Let's share our opinions on this news article we haven't even read.
So basically, every time I've been to the airport, I'm that kind of person who has always extra luggage. So I understand the desperation those four men went through. Obviously, they did not want to pay for those oranges because we know the baggage fee is so much extra. But
More than what the oranges would probably cost.
I mean, not really. I mean, a baggage fee per kg is 400 rupees, and 1 kg, taking it as India, 1 kg orange is just 30-40 rupees. So they were saving money in terms of monetary perspective. But after that, they got ulcers, so their medical bills probably have done them more damage than their preconceived preconceived saving. So anyway, so thinking about this, tell me, what extent can you go to avoid like extra baggage fee? What
But I
extent?
would do a lot of things. Okay, first of all, I would, if I have three jackets, I'll wear all three of those jackets. I'll ask random people around me if they can carry a bag. I would do whatever I can,
Yeah,
man. I've never paid that extra fees in my life. I don't think I ever will. That's
yeah.
I think,
My
and it's
entire
not about money. From my point of view, to be honestly, it's not even about money. I just I just feel like these big corporations, they're just leeching off us, exploiting us for every bit that they can, and I'm not up for it. I just want to I want to contribute as little as possible to make billionaires even richer. I don't even shop from like Amazon and all. I prefer buying everything I can from like local vendors.
Okay, that makes sense. Like for me, I would also do anything and everything. Probably, if my mom would have packed me food of 3 days, I would have tried to eat how much ever food I could. And like probably in airports, this happens. Like people don't want to take food. If it is food item, nobody wants to take. And considering this COVID scenario, I don't think people wanted to even carry their oranges. Okay, so they
You can't
kind
do
of,
too much sharing right now.
yeah, so they kind of had no other choice than to eat those 30 kg oranges. Okay, which was, I think, fair. But reading further about it, so four Chinese men who decided
Oh,
to,
they aren't even Indian.
no,
Oh
they're
my
not
God.
Indian.
I racially profiled my own people.
Okay. So, four Chinese men who decided to eat 30 kilograms of oranges to avoid paying extra baggage fee at the airport ended up suffering from mouth ulcers. Okay. We just stood there and ate the whole thing up. It took about 20 to 30, they quoted. We never want to
20,
have
30 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes. We never
Okay.
want to have oranges again. That's what they added. Okay. Oh, that's pretty much clear one. If you're getting mouth ulcers, why would you want to have oranges? So the first thing that came into my mind after reading that they're Chinese is totally different. So in China, the
Thank God they weren't carrying 30 kgs of dogs.
oh god. Okay. So
That would be two German shepherds. That as we said, we're very left-leaning, politically correct, absolutely not racist people.
okay, so the moment they said Chinese, if you've read
For
the
being
recent news that in China the government is trying to make laws against overeating of public. Yes, censorship was always there. Everything was there. Like freedom was not a freedom in China. We have all known it. But now the government wants to add an extra level, and they want to, even put a law where overeating is not allowed. This is because this Chinese economy is suffering hugely, and especially because of the floods that the China suffered last year. All their crops have destroyed. So to get back on the agricultural front and get their food storage up, they want to introduce this law. So this law is being drafted. It hasn't passed, or probably it's going to take time. But yeah, so according to this law, they first of all, restaurants cannot promote overeating. We know that there are contests where even in India where we have like 30 full bahubali thali khalo, and then you will get a bike or something contest like this. So likewise in China also there are contests, and we all have seen YouTube videos where Chinese men are eating chicken
mukbangs.
chicken.
Have you seen? Do you know of mukbangs?
No, I'm not sure.
A mukbang is like it's kind of, for some people they find it soothing to watch. For everyone else, it's borderline disturbing. A mukbang is like when a person eats an unbelievably large amount of food on video. So it'll be like
Exactly.
30 burgers or something.
So
Yeah.
this is going to be banned in China. Like Chinese won't be able to do this. So the moment I read China, this point hit me, and I was like, were they trying to pull a stunt? Ki after some days we are not going to have, we can't overeat anymore. So let's overeat this oranges.
Oh wait, just give me 1 second. I'll quickly make sure that no one in China overhears this podcast. The Chinese premier looks like Winnie the Pooh. Thank you. Yeah, please continue.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. Guys,
All right.
in India, have oranges, but remember, don't have 30 kgs in one go. Otherwise, you'll get mouth ulcers.
That you heard it here. You heard it here, guys. Don't eat 30 kgs of oranges as you were
Be
going to.
Beware of oranges.
We
Oranges
stopped
are
them.
dangerous, and they're more
We
dangerous than
stopped them.
smoking. If you have 30 cigarettes, you'll not get mouth ulcers. But if you have 30 kg oranges, you'll get mouth ulcers.
You heard it here first, guys. Smoke 30 cigarettes, but don't have oranges. Bunny Poo podcast, forever promoting smoking. So, should I throw you one now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so here's one. Supreme Court rejects protection from arrest to Amazon Prime, Tandav makers and actor Zishan.
What? I didn't get it.
I
I
mean,
mean,
basically,
they seem just words to me.
Supreme Court rejects protection from arrest to Amazon Prime,
Hmm.
and because okay, yeah, they framed it in a very weird way. But I'll read a bit more. It says the Supreme Court has refused to grant protection from arrest to an actor called Mohammad Zishan Ayub from Amazon Prime Video and the makers of the show Tandav in several FIRs against them. It also asked them to approach High Court for anticipatory bail or quashing of FIRs if further issued a notice on the maker's plea to club several FIRs registered across the country. Man, they've written it such a weird way. I don't know who their interns are, but they're not doing. Oh yeah, it says shot by Arshia Chopra. If you're Arshia Chopra, fuck you. But let me quickly explain what happened over here. So basically, Amazon Prime has the show Tandav, which by the way we just started today. We just finished Patal Lok yesterday. We kind of want to binge. So Tandav offended a lot of people because of its very strong similarities. I mean, I say similarities, it's pretty much a parody of the actual political scenario in India. It makes a very direct, it draws very direct parallels. That's not a very good idea ever. So a lot of people got offended by the show Tandav, and they're basically filing FIRs against the show. They're asking for a boycott, and yeah, everyone's offended by it. What do you feel about this in general?
Everyone is offended because of similarities. So
Yeah, people are offended by the show.
Vivek Oberoi created a movie where he was PM Modi.
Yeah, but it was kind of I mean, I don't think anyone got offended by it.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, but
Why?
then also have, oh my God, I saw this movie, The Accidental Prime Minister, and I saw it with a friend drunk, and I have no idea what this movie was. Yeah, I mean, I swear, I saw the entire film. I could not understand till the end. Are they making fun of Manmohan Singh, or are they in favor of Manmohan Singh? What's going on? It felt like a very weird self parody, And I'm pretty sure there's a Wake Oberoi film. I haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure it's that also like just probably
Yeah, I mean,
stands between those two.
movies like that have always been like. Remember this Vidya Balan had made a movie, that song "Ullalla Ullalla." It was about one actress who was also not just an actress but was doing.
Silk.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
Silk. Yeah.
yeah. So she was being hired because she used to show her body and stuff in the movies. But
Yeah,
point
so
is,
Silk is
when
a completely different story. I think Silk's story was, again, I haven't seen the movie, but from what I know about the actress herself, she was massively exploited by the industry because she was willing to be a bit more controversial for her time. That's just all in all like a sad
no,
story. A lot like,
yeah,
yeah.
my point is right. When a story or a very graphic or demeaning content about an actress or about her life is being shown on TV, nobody gets offended. Actors are
She has
not
been dead
asked to.
for like 40 years or something.
It's okay, she has been dead, but people who haven't been dead, movies have been made on them also, and there's been direct references about so many movies.
Dude, can I mention something? I hate cutting you off, but have you seen Bhag Milka Bhag?
Yeah. No, I
There's
have not
something I
seen.
find
Sorry, I have not seen it.
okay, okay. Nevertheless, okay. So there's this scene in Bhag Milka Bhag which I genuinely don't understand how they managed to pull it off. Like, so the scene is that Milka Singh, the real life Milka Singh, because he's written the movie, right? He's basically the writer of his own film. He goes to Australia for the Olympics or whatever, and over there he sleeps with the daughter of another Olympian. Okay,
Oh my
and
God,
yeah,
scandalous.
that's what happened. Yeah, and it's a real person, it's not like a random made up person. It's a real Olympian from Australia and his daughter, and he's just kind of like saying, yeah, I did it. I mean, I was like, how did you, like, is that allowed? Can you just do that? Can you make a movie about you sleeping with someone and like put it in your
You
biography? Like,
exactly. Yeah, so
man,
things are allowed when it's allowed, and things are not allowed when they're not allowed. So can't comment on that. And I think that's all from my side today. What about you?
Well, I mean, I think that, about this whole Tandav ka Tandav, I feel like, first of all, see, as long as they claim, see, they've taken Pange, okay, let's not accuse them completely. There was no reason to be that direct. I mean, we're like 3, 4 episodes in, but it's pretty obvious who they're calling out in which scene. I mean, there's a character which is obviously supposed to be Kanhaiya Kumar. There's a character which is
We're not
obviously
supposed to
supposed
give
to be.
spoilers. Spoiler alert.
No, it's not a spoiler. We're not saying what happens in the show. We're just saying that, they've drawn parallels from like real political, what do you call them? Real political personalities from India, right? So they've taken Pange, they've showed them in a very dark light, and that's never a good idea. But that being said, as long as it is artistic expression, if you're trying to shun it down, it is censorship, right? Like, if you understand sedition laws, sedition is like this kind of a loophole in free speech where they can still file an FIR against someone if they say something against the government or the nation.
So then,
So
free speech right or law is a contradiction. Then it shouldn't exist with the
yeah,
sedition
yeah, yeah.
case.
No, it's more of like it's used more or less as a tool. So sedition laws are like, you basically can file an FIR against someone under the law, saying that, oh, they have criticized the government. But when it goes to court, obviously court has the, basically the judges, they understand that, it has been used as a sort of political tool, and they shut it down because, according to the law, what it actually says is that if you say something that incites violence, then it's bad. If you just, if you can say whatever you want, that's the right of free speech. Even if you want to criticize the prime minister, technically you can. But if you abuse the prime minister openly, they'll probably mark you for sedition. There's no end to it. However, the court will probably not sentence you to life, which is actually the sentence for if you found guilty for the shit. Because if you, all you have to do is prove that you did not directly incite violence. Like if I say that, for example, oh, all of these people in red shirts are evil people, that's not grounds for sedition. But if I say these people are evil people and I urge you all to go and kill them, that is sedition. So that's a bit of the technicality.
Okay, makes sense. That's pretty
So,
interesting and new.
yeah, what do you think? If they make shows like these, should we censor them? Should we? They're already discouraged. That goes without saying. I think
I mean,
Amazon Prime is already apologizing.
I mean, I don't think shows like this should be discouraged. The only reason I don't think that is because, come on, ऐसा मत करो यार. We are all bored. COVID just ended. The vaccine just came. We are still stuck at home. If we do not have
That's a
good
good way of
quality
looking at
show,
it.
no, if we don't have good quality show, what am I gonna do after breakfast?
That's right, guys. We don't care what the show is. Let it be controversial, but we need more good show.
Yeah, we
Although I
need
don't think
more good
Tandav is
shows.
that good a show, on its own. I think Tandav is okay. It's watchable.
It's
It's kind
watchable.
of cringe at times. Yeah, at times it's kind of cringe. And at times I feel it feels like it's trying too hard. However, highest recommendations for Patal Lok, right?
Definitely, guys, watch Patal Lok. Do let us know what you like and maybe what you don't like so that we can also put our views about it. So, if you're listening to us, you can, we'll, hey, we haven't set any email for this podcast, right?
No, but if you somehow managed to come across this and you are listening to this and you want to reach out, uh, in the next podcast, probably we'll set up a Twitter handle or some kind us with. And given the extremely
Yeah,
small scale,
guys, we're
yeah,
just
yeah,
waiting for our viewership to increase by one and we'll get it
by
all
one,
done by one.
if you get
And that's our target. We want the
one guy,
viewership to increase
we
by
want
one.
one guy to
And your
listen to
Twitter
us.
account, Instagram account, everything will be sorted. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out. We'll like check out this guy. We'll advertise you to you because you're the only listener.
On that note, thank you so much for listening to us and tune in tomorrow to listen to more rabbit shit.